All right, so today we're gonna try something a little bit different. I haven't done a laser engraving video before, so I thought I'd show y'all what we're gonna try out today in my shop, okay? So I bought a couple of things offline I wanna show you right quick. All right, so I've got two different kinds of slate coasters. I've got round ones, and I'm gonna leave these in the package because we're gonna do that on a different project. But today we're gonna work with some square slate coasters. Again, I'll give you the link to Amazon to these, and maybe you can go out there and find them. They're at a pretty good price if you buy them in bulk. But we're gonna go ahead and get these out of the package and open them up. So that way, the first thing that I have discovered that we need to do with these things is we gotta coat them. All right, so here's what we're looking at. Just a slate coaster, hard slate. It's got some rubber feet, so that way when you do put the laser engraved pattern on here, the rubber feet will keep this thing from sliding around. So that's what we're gonna do today is we're gonna hit it with some coating, some paint and primer black. And if y'all zoom in, it's Rust-Oleum, Painter's Touch. Let's see, paint and primer, black gloss. And that's what we're gonna be using. And I'm gonna cover these up and then let them dry. And then we're gonna run them through the laser engraver, all right? All right, and now we're gonna let them dry. All right, well, it's been a few days, but we had to get through an ice storm and some Texas weather that kind of delayed me, but it allowed these coasters some time to dry. So, welcome into my shop and next to my F1 Ultra machine. But I'm gonna pick one of these coasters, and as you can see, they're really good and dry and ready to go. And we're gonna put them in the F1 right here. And I don't know if you can see this, if we need to bring the camera just a little bit closer, but what I have when I stick this coaster under there is a red dot and a blue dot. And what I need to do is just take this little remote and focus that laser to where the red dot and the blue dot is right over each other. So, man, right about there, all right? I'm gonna pull this down because this is for my eye safety, and that way it blocks the laser from hurting my eyes. All right, so now it's time to jump onto the computer, and specifically we're gonna jump into Xtool Studio on the computer. So what I'm gonna try to do is something I haven't done yet on this YouTube channel, and that is I'm going to try to do a screen record on this computer. So I gotta hit Windows Alt R, and we're off. So that's good and going, okay? What we are going to do, as you can see on the screen, I've got me an image there of a Yoda. That's gonna look really nice in my Star Wars themed living room, okay? But the first thing that you want to do is when you're working with this slate, it's black, and also remember, we spray painted it, okay? So with slate, we may wanna invert this picture because what is black on the computer is what will actually be engraved, all right? So while that laser's engraving, where it's black, it's gonna remove that black spray paint that we put on the coaster itself, all right? Now, let's take a little tour here and look at some of our settings. What we have figured out works best is kind of a 1-to-1 ratio on these images, all right? If your image is not 1-to-1, you may want to adjust it accordingly, but on these coasters specifically, we have figured out that the width being 3.7 and the height being 3.7 puts it in a pretty good centered position for these coasters. All right, and then also make sure the settings to the right, let's just go through them from top to bottom, all right? First off, this little button here with the camera, when I click it, it's gonna show me the coaster. I've clicked it here. Let's see. Oh, okay, I see what's going on. My tool, for some reason, is saying that it's not connected. Even though it's all lit up and ready to go, we're gonna get it connected. And that's all it took. Did you hear that? You hit the right button and it beeps right at you, okay? But here we go. So now it's connected. Now it did a refresh background for me. Look at that, ain't that nice? And now I just want to move this image to where it's nice and centered on my coaster. Right in there maybe. What I am noticing is that the coaster itself, if you look at the image line right there, and you look at my coaster's sitting there and they're just a little bit crooked. So I'm gonna reach into the machine. Again, it's not using the laser right now, so we're okay, all right? So I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna just turn my coaster just a little bit to make sure it's nice and straight in there. Now the 2 dots are still focused. So I moved something that was inside the laser. I need to go back over here and hit the refresh button again and refresh the background. Now you can see that that coaster's sitting in there just a little bit better. I would say, I mean, that's pretty good, honestly. Now, this little circle symbol right here, you can take it and turn that image a little bit if you want. You can use the arrow keys on your keyboard to use it to center it up a little bit better if you'd like. To be honest with you, I say let it rip. I think it looks really good right there. Now, before we fire in the hole here, I want you to look through these settings. First off, on the right side, we are processing on a flat surface, okay? It says unknown material, but with some practice, you'll set your settings the way you want them to, okay? So we have figured out that with some practice, all right, that these settings is what works the best. The dot duration set at 300, my power range, okay? If I hover over that dot, it's set at 70 right there, okay? DPI 330, okay? 1 pass, okay? And grayscale. Now, we used to do things in Jarvis, and don't get me wrong, it turned out really nice. But when we were able to switch up and go to grayscale, things have been coming out a lot cleaner looking for us, okay? And so we've switched to grayscale. And then the last setting there is bi-directional, okay? Now, you can use whatever image you want, right? This is going in my house, so I'm not doing any trademark or copyright infringements or anything like that. When I say that we practice on things, don't be afraid to practice on things, okay? Because ultimately these coasters, they don't cost very much, but if you screw it up, the good thing about these Slate coasters is I can sand it back down, repaint it, and try again. All right. Now, obviously, I can't do that forever, but I can do that a few times and adjust the settings accordingly and just experiment a little bit. But this has been working for us, and so that's what I'm going to go forward with. Okay. Now, what we're going to do here, we've gone through the settings. We've got our image centered. We're looking pretty good. Now, down here on the right, the bottom right, I'm going to hit process. Okay. That is not going to start the laser. That's just ultimately going to sit here. It's going to give us a little bit of a safety warning. Make sure that my protective shielding is down, the enclosure's down. And then a lot of times, let's see here. Sometimes it tells me exactly how long it's going to take, but it's behind my screen recording screen, as that would help. I wish I could move that, but I don't guess I can. Oh, yeah, I could possibly do this. Oh, there we go. So y'all see the estimated time right there, 15 minutes. That's because there's a lot of detail and a lot of engraving going on into this project, okay? Now, when I'm ready to start it, I can click this start button. What's gonna happen is the computer's gonna send the file, image and everything, settings, everything over to my F1 Ultra, all right? And then I've got a little green button on that remote that I hit to let this laser get going. So I'm gonna move my camera around so y'all can see it. That's the fun part, watching the laser, right? So you just stare at the laser and the protective screen helps you not burn your eyeballs out, okay? But here we go, all right? So I'm gonna cut out for just a second. We're gonna flip over so you can see the laser. All right, so here we go. On the screen again, make sure you go down to the bottom and you hit start. All right, so we've hit start. Now, if you look at the remote, it is receiving the file and it is ready to go. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit this green button and the fan comes on. And as you can see, kind of, as it gets good and started, we are burning. All right. So you wanna watch this? I'm gonna sit you down right here. out awesome, right? You can almost hear him say, "Sit your cup on me, you will," right? All right, well, as always, if there is anything that you liked about this video, anything that I helped you with at all, please subscribe or like the video. Of course, I will put all the Amazon links in there for all the products that we used, including the coaster, the paint, let's see, the laser. Heck, I might even put that exhaust system on there for you, so that way you'll have that. All right, other than that, we'll see you next time.